if you're a perfectionist like me and you literally have to like copy and paste basically the same family just in different versions over and over again, the game can get bland. Trust me, I know. I do it all the time. And then I'm like, what am I doing? Why do I not spice this up at all? Why do I not change anything in my game? I don't know. It's a problem and I don't know how to change it. So I have to force myself into these game styles. And at first I hate them because, you know, it's going against my perfectionist self. But after that, I realize how freaking fun The Sims can be if you use it right. Every once in a while, I completely burn out of The Sims. And this time, I can't do it because, look, I'm trying to get moolah from this whole thing. If you can't see, I'm trying to make a living playing this game that I've played since I was like 10. So you can't really get burnt out on that one, huh? You gotta have a sustainable gameplay style so that you can keep the game entertained, so that you can keep creating content and playing this game for other people to enjoy. So that is my long-winded way of saying I'm going to be sharing gameplay styles for you today to spice up your Sims 4 game. Also, mind you, it is 6:30 in the morning and I am up making this video for you. It is crackhead hours for me. So the least you could do is like this video if you enjoy it. All right, let's get into it. All right, so we all know about scenarios, at least most of us. I'll run through them really quick just in case you don't, but these are gameplay styles that already have a specific objective. For example, there's a new in town one. Moving to a new place can be very scary, especially if you don't know anyone there, but it can also be a great adventure. Help Pharaoh explore her new home, making some friends, and throw a move-in party that will be the talk of the town. So it just makes it a little bit more fun. Instead of playing your own style and what your own objectives would be, these kind of force you into new objectives and new scenarios to help you. So these are definitely a cool, easy way to do it. I mean, there's family fortune over here. 3 squabbling siblings scheme to get their hands on their grandmother's fortune. However, the family matriarch only plans to award her inheritance to those that prove themselves worthy. Will you compete or cooperate to earn grandma's favor and potentially her millions of simoleons? They have so many different choices. I highly recommend you go take a look at it. It's just this scenario button right here on the main menu above the load game option. Okay, here's where the fun starts. This is my gameplay style number 1 that I want to show you. Okay, I have to look at my notes 1 second. I just wrote this down at like 6:30 when I just woke up, okay? Oh yes! This is a good one. I really like this. So when it comes to me and kids in The Sims, I have a problem that always make them straight A students. They come home, they do their homework, they go to bed, they go to their after school activity, whatever you want it to be, and they just rinse and repeat that, okay? Over and over and over again. No, guys, like this is actually a problem I'm realizing because even with the high school years, when it came out that you could skip school, get detention, all of that stuff, I never played that style. My kids always went to school. I would always sit through every single class with them. Mind you, I was a class teacher when I was in high school. What is going on? I'm realizing I have more of a problem than I thought. Bear with me as I have this existential crisis on video because I'm thinking over some things in my life. So my Sims were always straight A students. They always got their diplomas. They always graduated high school, went through the path over and over again, guys. I rinsed and repeated this method for an embarrassingly long amount of time too. So here's gameplay style number 1. Have your kids fail out of school. And I'm not saying that you have to drop them out, but have them struggle really hard with school. So we're gonna go ahead and make this little family right here. I just got this from the gallery. Hop them into game quick, and I'm gonna show you what I mean by this. Okay, so we have made it into the household. Our teen sim Jenny over here is gonna be our prime example for this gameplay style. How ironic. She's a perfectionist too. Oh, this is gonna be fun. You have her homework here, right? You could either ditch that, or you could just have her be really, really bad at doing her homework. Maybe she's addicted to gaming, right? Let's get her a little gaming set quick. Here's her little gaming setup. Maybe she's just a massive gamer. Maybe she's just too obsessed. She gets too distracted. She goes on for long hours and she doesn't do her homework. And then this implements a fun family dynamic because this is the other thing. I always have my Sims have good relationships with their parents. I recently started to do the bad relationship side where they start yelling and they don't have the best relationship with each other. And I've realized it's a lot of fun because usually more often than not, they're still gonna have a good relationship with each other, meaning they'll still have positive interactions and be able to talk, but they're just gonna bicker a lot more. I thought that if they had a bad relationship and mean interactions, like they'll always be mean to each other and they'll never be family again and hate each other for the rest of their lives. But no, it's just like real family. Like you'll still be fine, you'll still have good interactions, you'll heal, you'll hurt. So go through those interactions and have a tough teen that you're dealing with who doesn't want to do their homework, who games too much, who doesn't listen to you. You try to tell them what to do and they don't listen. Make it a difficult family dynamic because it makes it so much more realistic first of all, and it makes it more interesting going through your Sim's life. Like maybe this kid will have a great relationship with his mom, but him and his dad will just not get along. Or maybe she'll have a great relationship with her mom and not get along with the dad, and maybe both siblings will bond through their dislike of their dad. You know, like there's so many different ways you can go about it. Let's go ahead and have them do some interactions. Wait, let me put her parenting skill up really quick. See, this is how much of a perfectionist I am. I already know the cheats I'm typing in. Oh, shoot, I didn't put the skill level though. It's 6:30, okay? Give me a break. 6:30 a.m. What am I doing? I must love you guys a lot. This is not normal hours for me at all. Is that not it? Uh-oh, well... Now I just look like a goof. What is parenting? Oh my gosh, now I gotta look this up. Now I'm embarrassed. That's what I did! What are you talking about? 10. Oh. Did I spell that wrong? So she has parenting skill 10. So now she can come over here. Influence to do homework. We'll have her ask her kid to get off the games and go do homework really quick. And then she can come over here, arguments, and she can argue about independence. Demand independence, please. She's like, I am a teen. I want a game. Let me game, mom. While the grandma is over here washing her hands and the dad's reading, they're gonna go fight really quick. And then she can argue about the house rules, so we'll put that one in there too. See? Okay, so now they have a difficult dynamic. Some Sims just can't seem to get along. With each new conversation and interaction having the potential to turn unpleasant, it's certainly looking that way between Jenny and Jane. Family members with a difficult family dynamic will be mean to each other more often, can easily become bitter with each other, and intentionally neglect social calls. So this means that when the mom asks them to do something, the child will usually neglect it and not do it. That's something I didn't know about. Would you say that Jenny and Jane have a difficult dynamic? Yes. So they're gonna just fight a little bit, and then the mom can come over here and she can apologize and be like, you know what, sorry honey, like that was mean. I was just asking you to do your homework. I understand you like your video games, but I want you to do good in school. And she's like, no, mother. This adds a little bit more to the gameplay than my usual perfectionist sim where she just does everything she's supposed to. She keeps up with it. You could also give them traits and then have them not follow those traits, because I'll be honest, sometimes I'm a perfectionist and it doesn't shine through and it makes me mad. My own traits and my own self make me mad because I do not fulfill them. So you could do the same thing with your Sims. She's a perfectionist sim, but she's not going to be a perfectionist, and that's probably going to annoy her. All right, so they just had a bad interaction. Now we're going to speed this up to the next school day. All right, so we are off at school. So Jenny didn't do her homework for the day. She's just going to come in here. We're going to make some friends for her. Now it says attend math class. We're going to go ahead and skip math class today. I've never had any of my Sims get detention before, so I want to try this and see what it turns into. Oh.
Bima, Seneca Belinda Grinia.
Oh my god, that was actually really mean. She didn't have to be that harsh. Oh my gosh. I don't want to hear your excuses. You're not in class, so you're getting detention. I get suspicious vibes from you. Oh, just wait, girlfriend. Just wait. This is just the start of it. So we're gonna go prank the whiteboard now because we're mad that we got detention. Uh-oh. You are not easy to trust. It makes you suspicious. So you fancy yourself a prankster. Well, I can give you all the time you like to sharpen those prankster skills after school in this afternoon in detention. Whoa, wait, what? Rita better shape up. There's one wrong move from getting expelled. I didn't even know you could get expelled. We're gonna do it anyways. But what? You can get expelled in high school? I didn't know that. This just makes the school experience more interesting, especially if you're a player that always has your sim get straight A's and be a perfectionist basically and go through the path of going to school and getting good grades and all of that kind of stuff. This can really spice up your gameplay and cause a lot of chaos. And then at home, she can get grounded for being in detention. You could even make them have a bad family life, or say like your sim had really good grades and then like one of her parents passed away and she got really upset, so then her grades started to plummet and she just didn't care. She's gonna go serve her detention sentence, can discipline her recent behavior. So we could do calm, which is basically just asking them not to do something, or we can punish them, or strict or firm. We're gonna go ahead and punish her. Okay, so she's grounded. We're gonna say no leaving the house. We're gonna go ahead and reprimand her for breaking her grounding by leaving the house. So if you're like me and you always have Sims that just always follow the rules, this can be a fun way to spice it up and change the gameplay a little bit. By having them go out of the normal path, it makes it more interesting on you, because then you have to have special parenting skills. You have to really try to deal with your kid. And if you don't have parenting level 10, it makes it even harder because you can't always discipline the way that you want to. So sometimes you just have to be firm and express your disappointment in them. It just makes it more of like an interesting in-depth dynamic. All right, moving on to our second gameplay style, having a homeless sim. So this one can be really fun because it's very different, and yes, a lot of people do it in rags to riches, but the point in rags to riches is obviously to get rich. This gameplay style is to make your sim stay alive as long as possible while they're homeless and they have no money. So we're not going to get her a job. We're just going to see if we can live off the land pretty much and be a homeless sim. So maybe we'll get her a tent, but that's about it. So yes, although a lot of people do this in Rags to Riches, it's not the same because, you know, they're trying to get money. Our point is to try to stay alive while homeless. So I know we can go to gyms to shower and stuff. So maybe let's go hit a gym quick. All right, so we are over here at Sky Fitness. We're going to go ahead and see if we can get her to shower quick. I think this is the girls. Yeah, this is the girls one. This could be a fun gameplay style to play with teens. Like maybe your teen ran away from home for a little bit and they're trying to see if they can make it on their own, and then they don't, so they end up going back home. Or you could do it with an adult sim and, you know, they got kicked out of their house once they turned into a young adult from their family, and they didn't have any money to start because they didn't get a job growing up, so they're just starting out homeless basically, and their parents are like, see ya, good luck. This is just a good way to spice things up and see if you can make it without any sort of home or coziness in The Sims. We're gonna have her go nap on this really hard cement bench after her shower. That'll be a really good night's rest. Look at her snoozing away on the cement bench. They're like, oh my god, there's a homeless teen in the locker room. What are we supposed to do? We just got to this house in Henford O'Bagley. We're gonna go see what we can do. And maybe if your sim has good family friends and they ran away, maybe they can go to their friend's house every once in a while to get food. You know, they can try their best to see what they can get. All right, so she's gonna go grab some of this food really quick and eat it. We're also just gonna pack these into a sack lunch so we can have future food. We're gonna use your guys' bathroom really quick. Let's go nap in your couch really quick as well. You can do it however you want. If you want a tent on your lot and you just have them living through a tent, you could even get the kleptomatic sim trait, so then you can steal stuff and then just sell all of that stuff, trying to make some money so you can live, get a little cooler. There's a lot of different ways you can take this gameplay. I mean, you could do a young adult, you could do a teen like I'm doing who ran away from home. There's multiple different ways you can go about it, but it's just a fun gameplay versus just having your own house and you're trying to make a living to stay in the house. You don't have a house and you're living out of like a tent, you know, and just having a homeless sim. And then this just brings a lot of gameplay options to see what you can do in the sim world to get money. I know you could go dumpster diving if you have eco lifestyle. You could basically just set up a cute little camp on your lot with like a tent and a cooler and challenge yourself. See if you can make your sim live homeless for 2 sim weeks, and then maybe they go back home if they're a teen, or maybe you start to get them a job and get their life together. It just adds something. So then maybe when that sim grows up and they have a family, you can remember like, hey, remember when you were homeless and you lived homeless for 2 sim weeks? So it's definitely an interesting gameplay. Be sure to try it out. You never know what can come from it. And as always, if you get bored, you could always just switch it up. We're gonna go ahead and hop into game style 3. All right, so game style number 3 is playing as a granny. So if you're like me and you always start your sims off as young adults, you go through their life and then you start playing as their kids, and then you go through their kids' life, you miss a lot of key aspects that you could play as an elderly sim. It's fun to like play the granny, and like, yeah, you can have this sim start off as a young adult, then you can have them have kids, have their kids move out, maybe their kids have little grandchildren for you, then you can invite the grandchildren over for little stayovers. Let's go ahead and do that with our sim really quick. We'll have her little grandkid come over for 2 nights for a little stayover, and you can cook him meals, you can bake with him, you guys can cook together. Let's bake some sugar cookies together, have fun little grandma grandson time. All right, so she's gonna show him how to cook. This just brings really good memories. You can have a lot of different hobbies. Maybe your sim growing up was super adventurous, but now that they're growing older, they have become a little bit more homey. So instead of going skiing that maybe they did when they were young adults, now they just knit and stay at home and watch TV. Maybe they have a couple cats. If you always want to play with like young adult sims and everything like that, and you find it gets boring really fast, start playing as like a granny and have little grandkids that you take care of and have come over. You could have like 5 grandkids and have all of them over, have a place for all of them to stay. They all just come over to grandma's house and hang out. And there's really fun interactions you can do with your grandkids. Like you could give them lessons on money. Aren't you the sweetest thing? That's so cute. There's just a lot of fun interactions you can get as a grandma that, or grandpa, whatever you want to do, that are super fun and that you don't normally get when you're playing with young adults or just regular adults. Now, we're not gonna have him have a strict family dynamic. Ask him about school, see how his school's going, sneak a treat. That's so cute. And then maybe when this sim grows up, you remember those old times at grandma's house. So if you play this sim, you can like really cater towards your grandma or try to help her, or maybe give her a place to stay in her old age. Give life lessons on responsibility. I mean, there's so many different aspects you can take it, but it's just a super fun gameplay style that isn't, you know, normal. You can put him to bed. That's one of the things you can do with parenting. I think if you have a better parenting skill too, you can do more with them, but I don't think she has a very high parenting skill. I'm pretty sure she's only at level 1. There's just so many different ways you can take this gameplay, and it's super fun. Like I said, if you're used to playing with only young adults or regular adults and then you always play as their kids, try to go through that whole Sim's life, and then once they're an elderly Sim and you feel like you've gone through the gameplay enough, then you can switch it up and you can do a little bit of a different gameplay and then take over on the grandkids side. But it really adds to the game and it doesn't make it so one-dimensional, so it lets you have a lot more in-depth conversations with your Sims. It lets your Sims have a lot better relationships. I mean, maybe there's one grandkid she doesn't really get along with and they fight a lot, and then she has a favorite, you know, so she always is baking with her favorite. She could be a really good knitter and then teach her grandkids how to knit, because once you get to a certain skill, you can mentor others in that skill. Maybe you have a couple teen grandkids, maybe you have a couple toddler grandkids. There's just so many different ways you can take this kind of gameplay, and I've realized lately that I love playing as elders, and I have never realized that because I've never adventured out to it and never tried it, or like really tried it for a long time. So if you are in need of new gameplay styles, this is a great one to try out. Maybe have a big family and then age up those Sims and just go through their lives and then, you know, start their grandkids' lives. But yeah, those are my 3 gameplay styles. I hope you enjoyed them. Let me know which one's your favorite. Let me know some of the gameplay styles you try, because I can definitely make follow-up videos to this, and I would love to try new gameplay styles as well. These are just the 3 that I've tried that I found to be really fun. If you could please like this video if you enjoyed. For more Sims 4 content, that would be awesome, and I really do appreciate the support no matter how big or small. I always love talking to you guys in the comments, so be sure to comment your thoughts. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day/night, and I'll see you next time. Peace!